Countering terrorism, preventing, pursuing, protecting, and prepare. Countering terrorism involves a comprehensive approach that includes various strategies aimed at preventing terrorist acts, pursuing and disrupting terrorist networks, protecting potential targets, and preparing for potential attacks. These strategies are commonly referred to as the 4Ps of counterterrorism: prevent, pursue, protect, and prepare. 1. Prevent. The objective of prevention is to identify and address the root causes and drivers of terrorism. This includes efforts to counter radicalization, promote social cohesion, address grievances, and provide alternatives to violence. Preventive measures involve working with communities, implementing educational programs, promoting de-radicalization initiatives, and countering extremist propaganda and recruitment. 2. Pursue. Pursuing terrorists involves law enforcement and intelligence agencies working together to identify, track, and apprehend individuals or groups involved in terrorist activities. It includes conducting investigations, intelligence gathering, surveillance, and cooperation among domestic and international security agencies. Pursuit efforts aim to disrupt terrorist networks, dismantle their infrastructure, and bring perpetrators to justice through legal means. 3. Protect. Protection involves measures to safeguard potential targets and critical infrastructure from terrorist attacks. This includes enhancing physical security, implementing security protocols, conducting risk assessments, and deploying security personnel. Protecting targets such as airports, government buildings, public spaces, transportation systems, and crowded events is crucial to minimize vulnerabilities and mitigate the impact of potential attacks. 4. Prepare. Preparedness focuses on ensuring that societies and institutions are ready to respond effectively in the event of a terrorist attack. This involves developing emergency response plans, conducting training exercises, enhancing communication and coordination among relevant stakeholders, and educating the public on how to respond during emergencies. Preparedness measures help minimize casualties, facilitate timely responses, and promote resilience in the face of terrorism. It's important to note that countering terrorism requires a multidimensional and coordinated approach involving government agencies, law enforcement, intelligence agencies, civil society, local communities, and international cooperation. Combining preventive, proactive, and reactive measures is key to effectively addressing the threat of terrorism and ensuring the safety and security of individuals and societies. International, regional, and national counterterrorism efforts. Counterterrorism efforts involve collaboration and coordination at multiple levels, including international, regional, and national initiatives. Here's an overview of each level. 1. International counterterrorism efforts. Counterterrorism efforts at the international level involve cooperation among nations to address the global threat of terrorism. International organizations such as the United Nations UN, Interpol, and regional bodies play a significant role in facilitating collaboration and providing a platform for dialogue and coordination. The UN, through its various agencies and programs, supports member states in areas such as capacity building, legal frameworks, countering the financing of terrorism, and sharing best practices. Additionally, international agreements and conventions, such as the International Convention for the Suppression of Terrorist Bombings and the International Convention for the Suppression of the Financing of Terrorism, provide a legal framework for combating terrorism. 2. Regional counterterrorism efforts. Regional organizations and initiatives focus on addressing terrorism within specific geographic regions. Examples include the European Union's EU counter-terrorism efforts through the European Counter-Terrorism Centre (ECTC), the African Union's African Centre for the Study and Research on Terrorism (XRITE), and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations ASEAN Regional Counter-Terrorism Centre (RCTC). Regional efforts typically involve information sharing, joint operations, capacity building programs, and the development of regional frameworks to address terrorism-related challenges specific to the region. 3. National counter-terrorism efforts. Each country develops its own national counter-terrorism strategies tailored to its specific needs and threats. National efforts include legislation to criminalize terrorism, establishing specialized law enforcement and intelligence agencies, implementing preventive measures, enhancing border security, countering radicalization, and promoting international cooperation. National governments also engage in bilateral and multilateral partnerships to share intelligence, coordinate operations, and exchange best practices with other countries. Collaboration among international, regional, and national levels is essential to effectively combat terrorism. Information sharing, joint operations, capacity building programs, and the development of common frameworks and standards help strengthen counter-terrorism efforts, disrupt terrorist networks, and address the root causes of terrorism. By working together, nations can enhance their capabilities, close security gaps, and promote a more comprehensive and unified approach to countering the global threat of terrorism. United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism. The United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism (UNOCT) is a specialized office within the United Nations Secretariat that serves as the focal point for the UN's counter-terrorism efforts. It was established in 2017 to enhance the coordination and coherence of the UN's counter-terrorism activities across the various entities and agencies within the UN system. The primary objectives of the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism are: 1. Providing leadership and coordination. UNOCT leads and coordinates the UN's counter-terrorism efforts globally. It works to ensure a coherent and comprehensive approach to counter-terrorism across the UN system, enhancing cooperation and collaboration among various entities and agencies involved in counter-terrorism activities. 2. Assisting member states. UNOCT supports member states in their efforts to prevent and combat terrorism. It provides technical assistance, capacity-building support, and expertise to help member states develop and strengthen their counter-terrorism capabilities. This includes assistance in areas such as legislative frameworks, border management, law enforcement, criminal justice, countering financing of terrorism, and preventing violent extremism. 3. Implementing the UN Global Counter-Terrorism Strategy. UNOCT plays a central role in implementing the UN Global Counter-Terrorism Strategy, which was adopted by the UN General Assembly. The strategy consists of 4 pillars: addressing the conditions conducive to the spread of terrorism, preventing and combating terrorism, building state capacity and bolstering the role of the UN, and ensuring respect for human rights while countering terrorism. 4. Countering the use of technology for terrorist purposes. UNOCT focuses on countering the use of technology by terrorists and extremist groups. It addresses emerging threats in cyberspace, harnesses the potential of technology for counter-terrorism efforts, and promotes the responsible use of technology while respecting human rights and fundamental freedoms. Through its work, the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism aims to strengthen the global capacity to prevent and combat terrorism, promote international cooperation, and ensure that counter-terrorism efforts are in line with international law and respect human rights. It serves as a vital hub for coordination, collaboration, and support in the global fight against terrorism. International Center for Counter-Terrorism. There are several organizations and institutions at the international level that actively engage in counter-terrorism efforts. Some prominent ones include: 1. United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism (UNOCT). As mentioned earlier, UNOCT is the specialized office within the United Nations Secretariat responsible for coordinating and enhancing the UN's counter-terrorism activities globally. 2. Global Counter-Terrorism Forum (GCTF). The GCTF is an international platform that brings together governments and relevant stakeholders to enhance cooperation and capacity building in countering terrorism. It focuses on key areas such as countering violent extremism, rule of law, and capacity building in areas affected by terrorism. 3. Financial Action Task Force FATF. The FATF is an intergovernmental body that sets standards and promotes effective implementation of measures to combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. 4. Interpol. The International Criminal Police Organization Interpol plays a significant role in international law enforcement cooperation against transnational crime, including terrorism. It facilitates information sharing, coordination of operations, and provides a platform for law enforcement agencies from different countries to collaborate. 5. Regional organizations. Various regional organizations, such as the European Union (EU), Organization of American States (OAS), and Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN), have their own mechanisms and initiatives for countering terrorism within their respective regions. Please note that the landscape of counter-terrorism organizations and initiatives is dynamic, and new entities may emerge or evolve over time. For the most up-to-date information on specific organizations dedicated to counter-terrorism, it is advisable to refer to official sources and recent developments in the field. The Doha Declaration. The Doha Declaration is a significant international agreement in the field of counter-terrorism. It was adopted during the 13th United Nations Congress on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, held in Doha, Qatar, in April 2015. The Doha Declaration focuses on strengthening global cooperation and enhancing efforts to prevent and combat terrorism, while also respecting human rights and the rule of law. It emphasizes the need for a comprehensive and balanced approach to counter-terrorism that addresses both the security aspects and the underlying conditions that give rise to terrorism. Key elements of the Doha Declaration include: 1. Preventing violent extremism. The declaration highlights the importance of preventing and countering violent extremism as a crucial component of effective counter-terrorism strategies. It emphasizes the need for comprehensive approaches that address the root causes, promote inclusion, and engage with communities. 2. Human rights and the rule of law. The Doha Declaration reaffirms the commitment to respecting human rights and fundamental freedoms while countering terrorism. It underscores the importance of upholding the rule of law, ensuring due process, and protecting human rights in all counter-terrorism measures. 3. International cooperation. The declaration emphasizes the significance of international cooperation in countering terrorism. It calls for enhanced information sharing, collaboration among states, capacity building support, and technical assistance to strengthen the capabilities of countries in preventing and combating terrorism. 4. Victims' rights and support. The Doha Declaration recognizes the rights of victims of terrorism and highlights the importance of providing support, assistance, and justice to victims and their families. It emphasizes the need to address the needs of victims comprehensively, including their physical, psychological, social, and legal needs. 5. Countering financing of terrorism. The declaration emphasizes the importance of countering the financing of terrorism, disrupting terrorist networks' financial flows, and strengthening measures to prevent money laundering and the financing of terrorism. The Doha Declaration serves as a significant reference point and framework for guiding international efforts in countering terrorism. It emphasizes the importance of a balanced approach that takes into account human rights, prevention of violent extremism, international cooperation, and support for victims. National Counter-Terrorism Authority. A National Counter-Terrorism Authority (NCTA) is a government body or agency established by a country to lead and coordinate counter-terrorism efforts at the national level. The specific structure and functions of an NCTA can vary depending on the country and its legal framework. The primary purpose of an NCTA is to enhance the effectiveness, efficiency, and coordination of counterterrorism measures within the country. Some common roles and responsibilities of a national counterterrorism authority may include: 1. Policy development. NCTAs often develop national strategies, policies, and action plans to combat terrorism. These frameworks guide the overall direction and priorities of the country's counterterrorism efforts. 2. Intelligence coordination. NCTAs play a crucial role in coordinating intelligence sharing and analysis among various security and intelligence agencies. They facilitate the exchange of information to identify and respond to potential terrorist threats. 3. Operational coordination. NCTAs often serve as a central coordinating body for operational activities related to counterterrorism. They facilitate cooperation among law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and other relevant entities involved in preventing and responding to terrorism. 4. Legislation and legal frameworks. NCTAs may be involved in the development and review of counterterrorism legislation and regulations. They work to ensure that legal frameworks align with international standards, respect human rights, and provide effective tools for combating terrorism. 5. Capacity building and training. NCTAs often oversee programs for capacity building and training of law enforcement and security agencies involved in counterterrorism activities. This includes providing specialized training, sharing best practices, and promoting the development of expertise in various areas related to counterterrorism. 6. International cooperation. NCTAs typically engage in international cooperation and collaboration with other countries, regional organizations, and international entities involved in counterterrorism. They participate in forums, share information, and contribute to joint efforts to address the global threat of terrorism. 7. Public awareness and community engagement. NCTAs may undertake initiatives to raise public awareness about terrorism, its consequences, and prevention measures. They may also engage with communities, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders to build trust, foster cooperation, and counter radicalization. It's important to note that the specific structure, name, and functions of a national counter-terrorism authority can vary from country to country. The establishment and organization of an NCTA depend on the legal framework, national security priorities, and the unique circumstances and challenges faced by each country in relation to terrorism.